Right now, you can do something extraordinary that you almost never notice. Take a slow breath in, then hold it. In that quiet pause, an invisible countdown begins inside your body. Within seconds, an ancient alarm system starts to stir, and somewhere deep in your chest, a tiny cluster of nerves takes notice. Most people think holding your breath is simply about running out of air, but the truth is far stranger and far more fascinating. Your body launches a stunningly coordinated survival response, dipping into reserves you never knew you had. From your blood, to your brain, to your beating heart, almost everything shifts. So let's explore, second by second, what actually unfolds inside you when you hold your breath, and why your body is so much smarter than you ever imagined. The first thing to understand is what your body is really chasing. It's not just oxygen. The bigger trigger is a gas called carbon dioxide. Every cell in your body produces carbon dioxide as waste, and normally you breathe it out without thinking. But when you hold your breath, that CO2 has nowhere to go, so it starts to build up in your blood. Specialized sensors, called chemoreceptors, sit in your brainstem and in the walls of your major arteries. They are exquisitely tuned to notice even small changes. As carbon dioxide rises, these sensors begin firing signals, essentially shouting that something needs to change. That growing urge to breathe you feel? It is mostly your body responding to rising CO2, not falling oxygen, a detail that surprises almost everyone. In those early seconds, you might feel completely calm. Your oxygen stores are still comfortable because your blood and lungs hold a reserve. But beneath that calm, your nervous system is already adjusting. Your heart rate may begin to settle, and your body quietly prepares for a longer pause. This is where one of the most remarkable features of human physiology appears. We share an ability with seals, dolphins, and diving whales. A built-in set of reflexes that can be triggered simply by holding your breath, especially when your face is cool or submerged. Scientists call it the mammalian dive response. It is a beautiful reminder that deep in our biology, we still carry echoes of an aquatic past, ready to switch on when we need to conserve precious oxygen. Let's slow down and look at this dive response because it is genuinely jaw-dropping. When it activates, your heart rate can slow, sometimes noticeably. This is called bradycardia, and it helps your body use oxygen more sparingly. At the same time, blood vessels in your arms and legs may narrow, redirecting blood toward the organs that matter most in a crisis: your heart and your brain. Your body is essentially making a priority decision, protecting its command centers. In trained freedivers, this response can become powerful, allowing them to stay calm and efficient far longer than seems possible. You don't have to be an athlete to experience it, though. Splash cold water on your face while holding your breath, and you may feel your pulse begin to ease all on its own. Around the 30-second to 1-minute mark, for many people, the urge to breathe grows stronger. You might feel a tightening, a flutter, a deep instinct telling you to inhale. Here's the surprising part. Your diaphragm, the dome-shaped muscle beneath your lungs, may start to twitch or contract involuntarily. These are sometimes called involuntary breathing movements. They are not a sign of danger. They are your brainstem nudging you, testing the doorway to breathing. Importantly, this discomfort arrives well before your oxygen is actually low. It is a safety margin, a generous warning built into your design. Your body would much rather you breathe early than wait until things become risky. In other words, that uncomfortable urge is a feature, not a flaw, a protective gift from evolution. Now let's talk about what's happening in your blood. Oxygen is carried by hemoglobin, the molecule that gives blood its red color. When you hold your breath, the oxygen saturation of your blood gradually drifts down from its usual high level. For most people, in a short, casual breath hold, this dip is mild and quickly reversed by a few normal breaths. Meanwhile, your spleen, an organ many people forget they have, may gently contract, releasing a small extra supply of red blood cells into circulation. Researchers have observed this in divers, and it is thought to be part of how the body squeezes a little more oxygen-carrying capacity out of its reserves. It's a quiet, behind-the-scenes contribution from an organ that usually stays completely out of the spotlight. Your brain, of course, is the most oxygen-hungry organ you own. Despite being only about 2% of your body weight, it can use roughly 20% of your oxygen. So during a breath hold, your body works hard to keep blood flowing to it. Interestingly, the rising carbon dioxide we talked about earlier can actually widen blood vessels in the brain, which may help maintain blood supply during the pause. This is one reason the brain is fiercely protected. Your body treats it like the crown jewels. All of these adjustments, slowed heart, redirected blood, vessel changes, are happening without any conscious effort from you. You simply held your breath, and an orchestra of systems responded in perfect automatic coordination, each playing its part to keep your most vital tissues supplied. Here's something that often confuses people: the role of so-called breath hold training. Some athletes and singers practice breath control to build comfort and efficiency. Over time, this kind of practice is linked to changes in how the body tolerates rising carbon dioxide and how calmly a person can handle the urge to breathe. It is not magic, and it does not create superhuman lungs. Rather, it is largely about the brain learning to stay relaxed and the body becoming more efficient. That said, breath holding should always be approached with care and respect. It is never something to push to extremes, and it should never be done in or near water without proper supervision and training, because pushing too far can be genuinely dangerous. Curiosity is wonderful, but safety always comes first. Let's address a popular myth. Many people believe you can faint simply from holding your breath voluntarily, sitting in a chair. In practice, for a healthy person on dry land, the body's powerful urge to breathe usually forces an inhale long before anything dramatic happens. Your protective reflexes are simply too strong to ignore for long. However, and this matters, risky techniques like deliberate overbreathing beforehand can trick those safety signals and remove the warning, which is why such practices, especially in water, can lead to serious harm. This is general information, not medical advice, but the takeaway is simple and reassuring. A normal, gentle breath hold while relaxing on the couch is a built-in, self-limiting experience. Your body is designed to protect you from yourself. So what finally ends a breath hold? Usually, it's that overwhelming urge driven by carbon dioxide, combined with those diaphragm contractions, reaching a point you simply choose not to resist. The moment you breathe in, relief floods through you almost instantly. Within just a few breaths, carbon dioxide levels begin returning toward normal, oxygen saturation rebounds, and your heart rate climbs back to its usual rhythm. The dive response fades. Blood flows freely to your limbs again. It is a remarkably fast recovery, a testament to how resilient and balanced your respiratory system is. That first deep breath after a hold can feel surprisingly satisfying, almost luxurious, precisely because your body has been quietly hungry for the gentle exchange of fresh air for carbon dioxide that it performs thousands of times a day. Speaking of those thousands of breaths, let's appreciate the everyday miracle you almost never notice. The average adult breathes somewhere around 12 to 20 times per minute at rest. That's potentially over 20,000 breaths in a single day, each one a tiny, perfect exchange. Air rushes down your windpipe, splits into branching tubes, and reaches hundreds of millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli. If you could unfold all of them and lay them flat, scientists estimate they might cover an area comparable to part of a tennis court. Through their incredibly thin walls, oxygen slips into your blood while carbon dioxide slips out. It is one of the most elegant trades in all of nature, and you do it effortlessly, automatically, even while fast asleep and dreaming. Why does any of this matter beyond pure curiosity? Because understanding your breath can change your relationship with it. Slow, deliberate breathing, the kind you might use while relaxing, is linked in research to a calmer nervous system and a feeling of greater control. When you exhale slowly, you may gently stimulate the vagus nerve, a major pathway involved in your body's rest and digest state. Many people find that slowing their breathing can help them feel more grounded in stressful moments. This isn't a cure for anything, and it isn't a replacement for professional care, but it is a small, free, always available tool that lives inside you. Simply noticing your breath and lengthening your exhale can be a surprisingly soothing experience for many people. Now let's marvel at the extremes. Elite freedivers, after years of careful training, have held their breath for astonishing durations, far beyond what an untrained person could safely attempt. They achieve this through a combination of relaxation, efficient technique, optimized body chemistry, and that powerful dive response we discussed. Some can descend to remarkable depths on a single breath. But here's the crucial point. These are highly trained specialists working with strict safety systems, dedicated teams, and years of preparation. Their feats are inspiring windows into human potential, not challenges to copy. The same biology that lets them do extraordinary things lives in you too, just in a gentler, everyday form. The wonder isn't only in the record breakers, it's in the quiet, reliable machinery breathing for you right now. There's also a fascinating mental dimension to all this. Much of breath-holding tolerance comes down to the mind. The first wave of discomfort is often more psychological than physical. Your brain anticipating distress before your body truly needs air. This is why staying relaxed makes such a difference. Anxiety burns oxygen faster and amplifies the urge to breathe, while calm helps conserve it. It's a striking example of how deeply your mind and body are intertwined. The same principle shows up in everyday life. When you're stressed, your breathing may become shallow and quick. When you're at peace, it slows and deepens. Your breath is like a dashboard for your inner state. And remarkably, it works both ways. So changing your breath can gently nudge how you feel. Let's also clear up a question people often wonder about. Does holding your breath detox your body or boost it in some dramatic way? The honest, science-based answer is that there's no need for breath tricks to clean your system. Your lungs, liver, and kidneys already handle that beautifully every single day. What gentle breathing practices may offer is more about relaxation, focus, and body awareness rather than any kind of magical cleansing. Be cautious of bold online claims promising that breath techniques can cure illnesses or replace medical treatment. They can't. And responsible science never promises that. The real story is impressive enough on its own. A body that automatically balances gases, protects its brain, and recovers in seconds. You don't need to oversell something already this remarkable. So the next time you take a breath, or hold one, pause to appreciate the hidden symphony inside you. A rise in carbon dioxide triggers ancient sensors. Your heart may slow, your spleen may lend a hand, your blood vessels rearrange priorities, and your brain stays fiercely protected. An evolutionary dive response, shared with ocean mammals, can flicker to life. And through it all, a built-in safety system makes sure you breathe again in time. It's a story of intelligence written not in words, but in biology, playing out silently, thousands of times a day, without a single conscious thought from you. Your body is doing something genuinely astonishing right now, and most people will go their whole lives without realizing it. But you just did. If this journey through your own breathing left you a little more amazed by the body you live in, you're exactly who this channel is for. Here at Body Decoded, we take the everyday mysteries hiding inside you and crack them open with clear, captivating science. No fear, no hype, just genuine wonder. Imagine what else is happening in your cells, your brain, and your bloodstream that you've never noticed. We explore one fascinating question at a time, and there are so many more waiting for you. So go ahead and hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us for the next deep dive. Your body has thousands of secrets, and we're decoding them together, one breath at a time. Thanks for watching, and keep staying curious about the incredible machine that is you.